What is your market mover perspective on the rookie out of LSU?
Yeah, personally, I would buy. I really wanted Jayden Daniels. Now, I'm a little biased because I bet him to win the Heisman, and he won me $1,800, but he's been really damn good. 664 passing yards, 2 tutties. Also, you get the rushing yards. 171 rushing yards, 3 scores on the ground through 3 games. So I like that. And you mentioned the matchup coming up week 4 against the Cardinals. I think he's definitely a solid quarterback 1 in that matchup. After that, Browns, Ravens, even after that a little bit further, Panthers, Bears, Giants, a couple of those games, maybe they're chasing points, and I like that with Jayden Daniels, especially because, again, you get the rushing yards, he can make every single throw, and finally last night they got Terry McLaurin involved in the offense. We needed that, man. His longest reception going into last night was 12 yards. He only had, 8 receptions all season long, so I'm buying on Jayden Daniels. I am.
I am buying too. I said this preseason he was going to be a top 10 quarterback. Now he's even exceeding those high-level expectations. The knock on him from a lot of people was, he's too slight, man.
Yeah.
He doesn't weigh enough. The muscle mass isn't big enough. Dude's going to get lit up. He's going to get folded, and they're going to put him in a box. It's going to be game over for him. Now, that could still occur. God forbid, knocking on wood, and my head is definitely made of hickory. But I think Jayden Daniels is done a really good job getting down. Even when he's absorbed contact, he's not taking it on flush. He's not absorbing massive hits. He's doing a really good job of protecting himself. He's not making mistakes. And here's what's crazy about this. He is number 32 right now in total air yards among quarterbacks. 32 in total air yards. So a guy that's left some additional fantasy points there on the field. Number 5 in YPA. Top 10 in 3 different completion percentage categories. Number 4 in catchable target rate. Numero uno in completion percentage against zone coverage. And he's running the ball. He's the ultimate scoring duelist. He's averaged over 12 rush attempts per game. Buy some more damn stock on Jayden Daniels. I'm a complete believer in him. And he's going to continue to be a top 5 quarterback, at least over the near future against Arizona, Cleveland, and the Baltimore Ravens. Let's flip the coin and talk about the stinkier other option here at the quarterback position, a guy that's underachieved, and that is Anthony Richardson. My good buddy and friend Dalton Del Don at Yahoo Sports wrote all kinds of hyperbole and propaganda about him preseason, saying he was going to be the number 1 quarterback in all of fantasy football. He looked like it in week 1, 3 total touchdowns, but it's all been downhill ever since. So buy, sell, get what you can in regards to A-Rich, or hold, wait and see what's your market mover reaction on the Indianapolis quarterback.
Yeah, this one's close to home, personal a little bit, because in my ESPN league, my family league, I do have Anthony Richardson, and I was also excited about the rushing yards, the big arm, but man, he still has these accuracy issues and the turnovers. 3 touchdowns to just 6 picks. You figure, okay, well, I'm going to get the quarterback scrambles. It's the most efficient play. I'm going to get the design stuff. He's only got 6 scrambles for 72 yards. And last week, I thought, okay, here we go, because you get Josh Downs back. And he still finishes 10 of 20 passing, 167 yards only. No touchdowns, 2 picks. And going back to it, man, it's the lack of design runs. Right now, they're trying to make him this pocket passer, which he's just not. And he only had 24 rushing yards week 3. He had 5.1 fantasy points just 1 week after finishing with 11.9 fantasy points. You look at the upcoming schedule, it doesn't get much easier. Not going to be able to throw the ball or probably run the ball against the Steelers. Then it's the Jags, it's the Titans, it's the Dolphins. So you don't really have an easy matchup, but I'm probably going to hold because I don't know how much value I'm going to get back for Anthony Richardson, a guy that I took pretty early in the second round. Instead, I'm just looking to move up, maybe get a quarterback 2 until I wait and see what's up with this offense. So I'm holding right now on Anthony Richardson, but I wouldn't blame anybody that was looking to sell if you get the right return. I can't get anything in anything like compared to where I drafted him. I can't get anything good in return.
Yeah, look, I would chop him. There might be a sucker born every minute. There is one, and there could be somebody saying, I'm going to buy on the bear. And, as a result, maybe you picked up Sam Darnold, right? And you're riding that gravy train right now. And you're like, okay, he's expendable. I need help at wide receiver 3. Maybe trade him for somebody that is equally suffering. We're going to talk about a couple of those players coming up here momentarily, and that could be an option. I'll wait to reveal who that is. But I don't think it's going to improve, really, for Anthony Richardson. You mentioned it, hit the nail right on the head. He's only averaging 6 rush attempts per game. And I think it harps back to the shoulder injury he suffered last year. I said this like a month and a half ago. Actually, we haven't been on air that long. I said this like 3 weeks ago that I think he was going to be far more conservative on the ground because of that injury setback he had last season. That was the driving force for his fantasy value because he's so raw as a passer. He's only played, 7 games in his NFL career? He's got a howitzer for an arm. There's no doubt about it. But the short to intermediate pass game, he is woeful. He is dreadful. He is no bueno, mi amigos. That's why he's number 32 in adjusted completion percentage outside of the top 20 in 3 different completion percentage categories. Number 25 in catchable target rate. So if you're not making plays with the legs consistently, it's going to drag down the overall profile. Sell, and sell again. Get what you can for Anthony Richardson. He's not going to deliver on the QB1 hype. Do you feel he's only going to distance himself as the season progresses? And just kind of, talk about his remarkable transition, very few games in from LSU to the Commanders.
Yeah, he definitely did not look like a rookie last night. He definitely looked like a guy who was in the midst of a breakout showcase game, national TV. They were not expected to win that game. They were, heavy underdogs. And he just put on a show. And people who have watched him over, his college career, especially winning the Heisman at LSU, they probably expected some of the things that we've seen from Jayden Daniels. But you know how it is when you go from college to the NFL, there's that transition period, and he looked like he belongs, and I think he's just only going to get better. Now, to your question about whether or not he's going to distance himself from the rest of the pack. It's still early, right? We are in September, and he's definitely the front runner now, and I think he's got a chance to do that. But, yeah, some of these receivers, Malik Neighbors, Marvin Harrison, take away week 1, it's going to be something to really just kind of see how it progresses as the season goes on. But Jayden being the quarterback, you always have a leg up just because of the nature of that position. And let me just tell you this, the thing that was so impressive to me about him, we talked about his poise, but he just looks so smooth. And when he runs, it just seems like, he knows what he's doing. He's not panicking. The guy just really has a gracefulness about his style of play that is appealing to me. So I am looking forward to seeing how this thing rolls for him. And, the Commanders, man, they've been looking for a quarterback for a long time.